Hello everyone and welcome to the podcast. Today we are diving into a skill that seems simple but can make or break your professional image, and that is writing professional emails. Whether you're communicating with a supervisor, maybe a client, a colleague, or even a potential employer, email is often your first impression. And in today's workplace, how you write matters just as much as what you say. So strong email communication helps you come across as clear, credible, and respectful of your recipient. On the flip side, poorly written emails can lead to confusion and probably even missed opportunities. They could even damage your reputation professionally. So in this episode, we'll break down the key elements of a professional email, the common mistakes to avoid, and a few practical tips you can start using immediately to improve your email writing skills. Let's start with the basics. What makes an email professional? First, the subject line. This is the first thing your recipient sees, so it needs to be clear and specific. A good subject line often helps the reader immediately understand the purpose of the email. For example, instead of having a subject line that reads update, you could say project update, or even more specifically, March project update. That way, the reader is clear on the content of the email even before they open the email. Next, the greeting salutation. Always start with a polite and appropriate greeting. Depending on the context, this could be dear so-and-so or hello so-and-so. Avoid overly casual openings like hey, unless in context where you have already established a relationship with the recipient. Then, the body of the email. This is where clarity is key. Get straight to the point while still providing enough context. Ideally, you want to start with a brief purpose statement. You want to then provide key details and end with a clear request or next step. Avoid unnecessary fluff as much as possible. Finally, the closing and the signature of your email. End your email professionally with phrases like kind regards, best regards, or maybe thank you. Then include your name. And in cases where it's appropriate, you may also want to include your title and your contact details. These elements may seem small, but together they create a strong, polished message that heightens your professional image. Then let's look at some common mistakes to avoid when writing professional emails. What are some of the common pitfalls? First, we have overly casual language or slang. Emails in a professional setting are not text messages. Avoid slang, avoid abbreviations as much as possible, and especially in cases where your recipient is not privy to the abbreviations that you may be using. Or also, you may also need to avoid informal expressions that may come across as a bit unprofessional. Second, lengthy or unfocused emails. If your email is too long and lacks structure, the reader may miss your main point. Stick to one key purpose and keep your message organized. That, failing to proofread, spelling mistakes and grammar mistakes can really undermine your credibility. So always take a moment to reread your email before sending it out. It really makes a difference. And finally, on the common mistakes to avoid is inappropriate tone or use of emotions. Tone can easily be misinterpreted in writing. Avoid sarcasm, excessive exclamation marks, emojis in formal communication unless you are certain that it's appropriate for your recipient. Being mindful of these mistakes can instantly elevate your email communication. Then, as we wrap up, let's look at a few practical tips that you can apply right away to improve your email writing skills. One of them is keeping your emails brief but informative. Aim for clarity and completeness without overloading the reader. You also may want to use bullet points or like a numbered list where needed. This makes your email easier to read, especially where you're sharing multiple points or multiple instructions. Third, always double check your work so that your email is free of errors, it's free of spelling mistakes and grammar mistakes. Then always double check the recipients and the attachments. Sending an email to the wrong person or forgetting to include an attachment is a common but avoidable mistake with just a little more keenness. And finally, you want to respond promptly and professionally, even if you don't have a full answer yet, or even when you have not worked out the full details of the email you have received. It is important that you acknowledge receipt. This shows professionalism and reliability. These small habits go a long way in building strong communication skills for the professional space. To recap, writing a professional email comes down to a few key things, and one of them is clear structure, and then we have polite and appropriate tone, and then we have concise, purposeful content, and finally, attention to detail. Like any skill, it improves with practice. So take a little extra time with your emails. You'll start to see the impact in how others respond to you from your communications. Thank you for tuning in today. If you found this helpful, be sure to subscribe. Thank you for tuning in today. If you found this helpful, be sure to subscribe for more tips on professional communication and workplace success. My name is Julia Irongo, and this is brought to you by J Pent Company Limited. Until next time.